According to me, freedom of speech is the ability to say everything we want without being judged and being having people telling that it's wrong or right. Just freedom of speech is not about debate, it's about telling what we think. For me, it is very important because it is with difference of minds that we get to build a society, that we get to perfect it. And without freedom of speech, if everyone is acting like the same and thinking the same, we don't move forward, we move backwards. Everywhere in the world there is not freedom of speech, and that's a shame. But sometimes it's culture. We don't know what led to this situation or that situation. Depriving someone of their voice is really a shame, and it should be punishable, I think. But we don't live there, and we look at it with our European Western eye, so it's quite difficult to have an opinion of what's going on in those countries without understanding how they work. The truth?
Yeah.
No. Well, everyone has his own truth. Every country has its own truth. I don't think there is a universal truth for everything. We all come from different backgrounds, so it is impossible for everyone to agree and have the same opinion on the same topic, and that's the richness of the world. I joined the project of Difference Day because I like giving an opinion that is not common. I like to talk on behalf of things that people prefer that stays quiet. I like to provoke, and most of all, I like to put doubts in people's minds, because when there is doubts, there is interrogation, and when there is interrogation, people tend to look for the subject, get informed, and maybe speak up to make some things better. On Difference Day, I'm going to talk about is gender a new handicap. I'm going to talk about it because today feminism is quite a big issue, and I have the feeling that as we go forward with it, women are not objectified anymore but are victimized. The less we are objectified, the less we are possessed by someone, the more we get deprived of our personal meaning and personal abilities. And that's a shame, because we don't need laws, we don't need rules to provide us measure to help us to get a job, because we are perfectly able to get it. Please give your time and voice and decision for people that needs it. These days people don't listen at all. Everyone listens to their own voice and don't. Unfortunately, there is just a minority of people that get the importance of listening to other point of view. And by listening, I do mean trying to understand. It's not just listening to one person's voice. It's trying to get their message, digest it, and say, okay, this is not what I think, but I get that she's or he's feeling that way. Listening is not about just receiving a message and say, okay, I'm done with it, I get it, now it's my turn. It's about, yeah, receiving someone's feeling, try to make something of it, and accept that it can be different so we can cooperate. To make people listen to each other. We get them to debate, we take them outside, we take them looking at situations that are different than their own. I went to a school where I was the only Belgian in my class. I work with deaf people and blind people, so that makes me look at the world in so many different ways. And I think to listen to each other, that's what we have to do. Who controls the truth? Wow! I have the feeling that when a question like that is asked, we tend to wait for an answer like politician or journalist or people with power, but I don't think they control the truth. I think they give a version of the truth, one's version of the truth. They give an angle, they give frame of the subject, but there is an entirely wide world behind this angle and this subject. So there is actually no one that's possess one's truth or own the truth or control it.